On today's show, how to build a rig from scratch using PVC.
Welcome to Inside Sim Racing. I'm Jessica Lopez.
And I'm Shaun Cole.
And today we're going to show you guys how to build a rig from scratch using PVC.
That's right, and I've never worked with PVC myself.
I've never touched PVC myself. But it is the second time we're doing this. You may have seen our first DIY, and that was our Deathmobile, which
we made out of wood with a drawing that I had done. But this time, again, we're doing PVC, and this is a plan that it's in our form. It's one of our most popular threads of all, and it's the simulator is the name on the rig.
Yep.
If you go to page 18, all of those pictures are there in that thread, so you can get the exact dimensions and all the parts list that we have here.
Or you could just watch this and follow our directions.
That works as well. Okay,
so let's talk about all the materials that we're going to be using here. Starting off on this end, we got the PVC. Why don't we tell everyone what we have?
Well, obviously we have PVC pipe, and we have 4 of those. And then we got a whole bunch of these T intersectors that are for the 2 inch. That's that.
17 of them.
And then we have a bunch of these elbows, 90-degree elbows. So that's going to be a complete, right turn glide.
Yep, and we got 5 of those, right?
That's right. And then we have 45 degrees, so that's going to be, not quite a full turn, but half turn.
And we got 4 or 6 of those.
6 of those, and then we have 3 end caps. Oh, and then we have my new saw. I couldn't resist. I figured we were going to do a lot of cutting, and if I had had this on the last project, it would have made all our cuts perfect, so.
And it's very beautiful, by the way.
$90, not that big a deal.
We got some paint, so once we're finished, we can spray paint of the PVC a nice black, shiny black color, right?
Just like the Deathmobile.
We got glue.
That one's
2 different types of glue.
Well, okay, I was forewarned. The typical glue is this one, and this is the typical glue you use to put PVC together. This stuff is like instant, like super glue instant. And so we actually got the epoxy, which will give us a little bit more time, and we can kind of twist and handle it better.
Well, this is called red hot blue glue, so we will see which one works better.
Yeah, and then we got some other finishing things over there as well.
Some brackets, right, for the PVC.
Yeah, we got like a 2-inch little pipe strap that we're gonna use to attach our MDF board for like our wheel deck and our pedals, things like that.
I don't understand anything you just said.
You will by the time we're done.
And some screws.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 different size screws, a little heavier duty one and a little set screw that we'll get to later as well. All told, we spent about $130 on all of the stuff we need, start to finish. Had nothing beforehand, like last time we had a pile of wood. This time we bought everything from scratch. So.
That's not bad.
No, not bad, and it's gonna be a very cool looking rig.
All right, well, let's get started.
All right, I'm gonna make a little space and start cutting all of the pieces. That's the other cool thing about the plans. There is a complete list of not only all the parts, but also showing all the cuts that you need to make. So, and remember, cut twice, measure once.
Wait, measure twice, cut once.
Yeah, I am gonna do that.
Okay, you said it wrong, and I think on the last one you did something wrong, so.
Well, this time it's someone else's plans, but we're gonna be very precise.
Yes, and we're gonna be very safe while we're at it as well, correct?
Got my safety gear, ready to go.
We got our safety locks on, and we're ready to start measuring twice and cutting once. All right, so I'm gonna let Shaun go and get to his handy dandy work, and we'll see him in a few. So as you can see, I was assisting Shaun in getting all the PVC pieces that we needed to cut, and we did quite a few, and it was fairly easy, easier than I thought it would be. Now he's back there cleaning up, and we're getting ready to assemble everything and see how it all plays out. So as you guys can see, we got it all mocked up behind us here. We do have a couple of extra pieces left over, which Shaun back there is trying to figure out exactly where they go. And once we find that out, we're gonna get it all glued up.
Hey, do you have a T?
I do not.
Wait.
I do not.
No,
do
you
I?
don't.
No, I do not.
We don't have a...
We're missing a
What?
T. So we're just gonna try to figure out exactly where we went wrong, but it's so
Oh,
far so
wait.
good.
This isn't supposed to be T. We'll figure it out.
Okay, well, he's the master at figuring this kind of stuff out. I have no idea. I'm just following his direction. But it's looking good, and we're excited to get it glued together. So as soon as we figure out where these extra pieces go, we're going to start getting it glued up.
You get me that one?
Sure.
And then put this one on there like that, like this one is.
Okay, I can do that.
You hold one end, twist
right.
it that way. I'll twist it. There we go.
There we go.
You know, we still have to glue it together.
Yeah, but then there's going to be an extra piece sticking out.
Yeah, that's our keyboard holder.
Okay.
Yeah. Then this is supposed to actually have... He had these like that, and then that, and then that, and then a cap, and then this one went out to be the keyboard holder, I believe.
We still have one more of these.
I bought one extra of those.
Oh.
We had 18 of these, we only needed 17.
So now we just got 2 extra parts. This goes here, if it were to.
Yeah. I don't know, but yeah. Bam. That's it.
Well, I don't see an extra piece sticking out on this one. See how like we have
Yeah,
this?
that was an optional. That was an optional for a keyboard holder.
Okay, well we definitely need that.
All right, now we have to glue it. So now what we really have to do is glue it. And I think that I think we can build the back half with that stuff. So like, if we remove this and build this to here, using that glue will be okay. We just need to
But we
keep
have to
it
take
straight.
everything apart now and glue it and put it back together. Okay. But I guess you
So-
have to see if it's right or wrong before you can glue it, right?
Well, yeah, we didn't want to start gluing before we knew where we were going. Whoops, I don't want to do that so much.
And this is heavy duty.
Yeah, it's probably highly toxic. Is Pepe in the house?
He's in the house.
Right back here.
He'll be fine.
You want to help me?
Sure.
Just kind of push. There we go. Okay.
Should we move this out, down?
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. Does a real race car have a center post? Of course not, and neither should your race rig. The R-Seat Evo V3 with its unique design has no center post. The R-Seat Evo replicates what you would be accustomed to in your daily driver or something you may take to the track. It can accommodate drivers from 4'11" up to over 6'6" tall and is pre-drilled for all of the major wheel manufacturers on the market today. When it comes to performance, look no further than the R-Seat Evo V3. Check out the R-Seat Evo and other sim racing equipment by heading to www.rseat.net.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. This stuff does glue quickly. So we're gonna glue here, and then just kind of make sure they're straight. And then very quickly move into gluing here, and then getting these glued together so that we know they're straight, and then we can move on.
Okay.
All right, so this stuff is messy. And just gotta boom, and then just slip it in,
They can point the same way.
and then down all the way in. So let me grab that one real quick.
Gotta point the right way.
And then we gotta get them turned so they're the same. Maybe just a little. Boom. Okay. Now I think we should glue this one. And then.
The same thing.
Yeah, in fact, that was pretty easy to get them pretty straight, it seemed, huh?
Yes, it was. Well, you did all the work, not me. I kind of watched.
All right.
So I'll hold this for you while you wrap some glue around it.
I'm just gonna stand here again.
Middle.
My rag. Okay.
You should be cleaning it.
Cleaning all the,
Dirt and crap off.
yeah, PVC dust, snow dust.
Well, it's like staticky. This glue is pretty deadly, though. I think it'll do just about anything. Should I put these in first? No, I think I want to do what we planned. All right, ready?
Yes, I'll hold it for you.
I'm going to want to flip it really quick, though. Whoa, I didn't want to do that. All right, grab that end. And then let's just get it straight. Probably want to get these in pretty quick and just twist everything. So if you want to just do the other one,
Sure.
go like that and like that. So that's how it is, huh?
Let's measure
Alright, try
this
again.
first. There we go. No? I'm gonna make it happen.
Oh, we came out here. Hold on. Why is this one a little wider? That's a problem.
Is this like, you know what I mean?
My cockeye McGlide.
Okay, so we have encountered our first dilemma. Unfortunately, our pieces are not fitting together. It seems to be of an unequal size, which we know they are, in fact, the correct size because we measured everything twice and we put it all together as you guys seen a little bit ago. But I don't know if I should blame Shaun for heavily pounding these pieces together or if I should blame the glue for being too sticky and
Well, you could go
Instant.
with me for using this glue because honestly, we were forewarned. I just kind of figured maybe we could get some of the sub-assembly like hard glued because I didn't want to be waiting on the epoxy.
Well, I'm not really sure where we went wrong, but if you take a look over here, we can fit one side in, but the other side is not. Maybe if you pull while I push, you know? Like, there we go. All right, so our first dilemma has been now fixed.
Is that fixed?
Not quite. We'll have to. It looks. It's this piece. Like it's not. This piece is. You see that?
Yeah.
Maybe we pound it in. It's looking better. However, that piece still looks. I think it's the way it went in on this side.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, so what happened?
So we just discovered the culprit, and it's the way that this small piece of PVC pipe went in here I got glue on my nail. But it looks a little crooked, and so I have to take the blame for that because this was my side, or is my side. And
I think we can work around it.
yeah, I mean, it's just slightly off. I mean, how did that... I'm not really sure. And how do I get this glue off my nail? Is the more important question. I know. Okay, so we're about halfway through the base of our rig here, and despite a few bumps in the road with precision and glue, we've decided to stick with the PVC glue over the epoxy, and we're taking our chances even though it dries very fast. We're gonna stay with it because it is a sturdier and better glue, and Shaun's back there working. I am now banned from all gluing and putting together of this PVC rig, but I will be helping him and watching very closely.
Tamiya's extensive lineup of radio-controlled vehicles provides hobbyists with the joy of running exact replicas of their favorite car, tank, or off-road vehicle. Another attraction of these vehicles is their use of high-grade materials, such as nylon resin, carbon fiber, and polycarbonate. With precise mechanical systems, the maintenance and adjustment of the various components, as well as performance upgrading with optional parts, allows for truly competitive racing. For more information about Tamiya, visit us at www.tamiyausa.com.
Okay, so just a small update. Shaun has decided to switch to the epoxy glue for the upright position, gluing for the upright position of the rig. And I guess this is a little bit more difficult, and if we are off, slightly off, then it'll ruin the whole mound.
Yeah, I'll be buying new PVC, or maybe it just come out crooked. We're trying to get it pretty straight. So yeah, I just figure a couple of these joints, I pre-glued some of it, and now I'm just going to go with the epoxy on this area because there's really nothing tying them together. So I just need to maintain that alignment as I come upward here.
Why are you going with the epoxy?
It gives me like 5-minute set time. That's what they say, but with the pressure, I'm thinking I don't know, this might not even get me that much more time. This stuff's pretty gooey, and just fully pressed into place, these things are pretty bound together anyway. So.
Right. Getting kind of sticky.
All right.
All right, let's see how this all works out.
I don't know if that's the way to go. That doesn't seem like that's all actually, I wouldn't use a Q-tip to apply it, for starters.
You need a brush.
Oh, that was substantially different.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a big difference.
It actually slides.
Yeah, okay.
And how is it going to set is the question.
I think it will, but with the PVC glue, once you put the pieces together, there's no turning back or moving them. So that's where it gets a little difficult. Looks like it's coming along very well.
Oh. Until I did that. Okay, we gotta just make sure they look right. See, that's the problem is now they're not gonna set, whereas the other ones.
Now you have to wait for it to dry before you move it. Patience.
Patience? We're building a sim rig. Okay.
I elected to have the sim rig painted hot pink, by the way.
Oh, so I have to go
I don't
get
think anyone agrees with that.
Now I have to go get a new paint, huh? I only bought black paint. I could go get pink if you want.
No, pink's not even my favorite color. I would actually prefer a green rig.
Oh, I should have bought green. That's my car color.
Like a lime green.
That is my car color in terms of racing. I could have done that. Well, I want to align the tops. This is actually kind of working out really well. Using my front as my tester.
Oh.
See? See? Oops. Well, kind of works. It could work in theory. Now those moved again. Yeah. See, that's the problem.
We can just keep readjusting and getting it perfect as you go along.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, you know what? You're right. This is the way to go. It just takes a little more patience. It's going to take a little longer to build. Not a lot, but a little. Okay, that looked good. This one I can't. Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one.
Okay.
We got a winner.
Winner. Oh, actually, that is the right piece now, huh? Bam. So let's go ahead and get this in, because I think now the trick with the epoxy is to get the entire thing put together before the first one sets. That would be my thought there.
Shaun is gluing the very last piece in right now. Well, almost right about now. And looks like we've come to the finish line of putting this rig together, gluing the rig together, not finishing the rig, but maybe I should give him a hand. Yeah, let's give him a hand.
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to just get it sized up a little bit. There we go.
There we go. Last and final piece. We are looking pretty good, pretty spiffy here. So what do we got to do next?
Well, even though it's starting to look like a rig, we still actually have plenty to do. We have to make a base for our seat, we have to make a base for our wheel, and we have to make our pedal deck as well. And at this point, since we used the epoxy, which I have all over me, we needed a little bit of drying time. So I want to eat some lunch and then come back and make all those things.
All right, so we're gonna let this dry. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and he's gonna wash his hands, and then we're gonna eat lunch, and we're gonna come back and make all those items that he told you about.
The T500 RS wheel and pedal set from Thrustmaster, officially licensed by Sony in Gran Turismo 5 and designed for the most die-hard racing fans. It has unmatched power and precision, it's backlash-free, and totally responsive. With this wheel and pedal set, users will go farther than ever before in their racing experience. To find out where to purchase the T500 RS, visit www.thrustmaster.com.
Welcome back. We are now ready to make some mounds for this beautiful PVC rig we're building. This is the seat that we're going to be using, and this is actually Darren's old seat on the very first rig that he built. So we decided to recycle it and use it for this rig since we found it dusting in the corner of the garage.
Yeah, and we put the value on this at 25 to 50 bucks at a junkyard. Maybe $100 to $150, depending on if you bought one brand new.
All right, so we're gonna we measured actually, while we were on break, Shaun measured the bottom of the seat here, and now we're gonna cut out the pieces of wood that we need that are the same measurements for the bottom of the seat. So that's what you would wanna do with your rig, is measure the bottom of your seat and see what size wood you will be needing.
Yeah, in this case, we're working with an adjustable seat mount. So what we're going to do is we're going to put two little block runners that we're going to attach to these 2-inch pipes, and then we'll bolt the seat to that, and that should give it just a little bit of lift, and with our things, the ability to adjust for mine and Darren's different body heights.
All right, let's get the wood cut up. All right. So we have all of our wood pieces cut out here.
Yeah, want to see how it goes? All right, we're going to go, we'll do a pedal deck that goes like that.
Okay.
This is going to be our wheel deck.
Very
like
nice.
This. And then this is one of our seat runners. That's the other.
For the shifter.
And this is the yet to be 100% figured out yet, but it looks like what we'll be doing is mounting this about like that, and then mounting this, which I might cut down a little more like that.
For the shifter.
Correct.
Okay, so now the question is, do we mount these on first to the rig? Do we mount these on to the chair? Or do we not mount anything and paint this?
Well, last time we actually kind of made the flaw of mounting the rig first, and there was the spot we couldn't paint. So here's what I suggest this time. I think we should go ahead and mount our wheel deck and our pedal deck, mount our shifter, and then paint the whole thing, and then that way we can paint these pieces, and then after it's painted, we'll mount the seat. But we know how the seat mounts on.
Okay, well, I'll take your suggestions and let's go ahead and get to mounting. Okay, so we've encountered another dilemma. Here, our original plate to mount our pedals to was a bit too short, didn't reach far down, and it was, I believe, 15 inches originally. So now we're gonna cut another piece at 19 inches, and we'll be mounting that on once we get it cut.
Well, we still have this to sort out. But I don't really, honestly,
We'll ponder on that.
I want to paint these and do them when it's in place, because the angle could be, I don't know what the
It
seat
depends, the
is going to be.
seat and your arm and...
Yeah, and I mean, I could make this be up here if I needed. So I don't want to do that till I know more. These are the angles he gave us. All the guesswork we'll have to do on the fly.
Okay, well, Shaun is doing some last measurements with his eyeballs, and I'd like to give him a great hand for doing such a wonderful job.
Thank you, thank you.
We're pretty much done here. We have the pedal mound or plate mounted on. We have the wheel plate mounted on, and we left them a little loose. We didn't completely tighten them because we want to be able to move them when we paint. And we got the seat here in place, and now it's just time to get this all nice and beautiful and shiny. So we're gonna send it to the paint shop, right, Shaun?
Yeah, we got to paint it up, adjust these final angles, mount our pedals, mount our wheel, mount the seat. We also have to figure out the last minute adjustment for the shifter, because we don't know the height or the angle, so we'll do that at the last minute as well.
And we'll show you guys all the finishing touches when this puppy is painted.